time for another Hcryed challenge weekend. This time, we are not spinning a wheel though. Because there are two challenges that I deadly want to do in spooky season. This time we're gonna do the All the Adaptations challenge. And I know exactly of whom we're gonna do it. Frankenstein. Who else was gonna be in this? I am obsessed with Frankenstein, so I want all the Frankenstein adaptations, so this seemed like the perfect opportunity. So let's see what Dark Q has to say about this challenge.
Hi there, cuties. How are you all doing today? It's me, the assistant to Dark Q, here to tell you the rules and prompts for Hcryed 2.0. That is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. Round 2. Yes, we're back, and I'm just here to report on what Dark Q has created for you, so don't shoot the messenger. Prompt number 5, all the adaptations. You all know that Dark Q loves adaptations and retellings and things. Well, this is the opportunity, but also this is an opportunity not even to read a book. So there are 8 categories inside this prompt, and that is, of course, the ones that must be books are reading a modern retelling of a classic or a graphic novel comic adaptation of a classic or a TV show, anything like that. The rest may provide you an opportunity to either read the book or enjoy the media. So you could either watch the movie adaptation or read where the movie got the source material from, or vice versa. There are some that are movies first and then write books. That's fine. You're going to do the same thing with a TV show, a play, a musical, a web series, and any kind of animation. Does not matter what format that animation is in, as long as it is an adaptation of something. To recap, just to make sure that I hit everything that we're going to do, we have a modern retelling of a classic, a graphic novel, and a musical, play, TV show, web series, animation, and movie. Those are your 8 different prompts. So you could go big and do both. You know, you could watch the movie and read the book, etc. Or you can do one or the other. Does not matter, as long as you're consuming the story.
Same as Dark Q, I love retellings, especially of Frankenstein, and therefore I've read quite a few. I have multiple videos on my channel already about my favorite Frankenstein retellings or me reading Frankenstein retellings, so I will link a few down below for you. But some of my favorite retellings of Frankenstein include The Monstrous Monster by Patrick McDonald. This is a gorgeous illustrated book. And it is extremely sweet. Francis and the Monster by Raffi Tuma. This is a middle grade Frankenstein retelling. It has a female protagonist and it is lovely. There's also a lab monkey involved. It did really give a spin to it, and it is very good. And probably my all-time favorite Frankenstein retelling is The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kiersten White. This is so true to the original Frankenstein. It has the same vibes. It captures the Gothic horror vibes perfectly. But this is from Elizabeth's point of view. Then I really liked Frankenstein by Junji Ito. This is a manga and it is very, very close to the original, but I like the art. There we go. I absolutely adored Stitch by Peter Kenny. I think this retelling is the one that captures the what is a monster kind of conversation the best. This is about Stitch and Henry, and they are both the monsters. So you're getting the monsters POV again. And it is lovely and adorable. But I really feel like they did... this author did the best with the... what makes a monster. And are they really a monster? Or is that just how we perceive them by their looks? Kind of thing. And then I have 2 specifically on Mary, Shelley's life, and that is My Imaginary Mary. this is basically Mary Shelley creating a monster, and I liked it. I loved it. And then we have Mary's Monster, which is about Mary's life, because that was not walking on roses either. And it is gorgeously illustrated. That's the one I already done, just in case you needed some recommendations. But don't worry, there is a whole stack that we can go through. So we need to read a graphic novel, comic, or manga, and I have found Mary Shelley, Monster Hunter. This is volume 1. I just came across this in Apple, the comic book store. Mary Shelley didn't just write Frankenstein, she lived it. Travel back to the historic Geneva, winter of 1816, when Mary, her fiancé Percy, sister Claire and Fanny, and the celebrated poet Lord Byron finds themselves guests of the eerie Frankenstein estate. The macabre and frightening events that follow lead Mary to both a gruesome and shocking discovery. Their mysterious host is not all what they expected and will change the course of Mary's life forever. Very, very excited about this one. The art looks very dark, so I'm hoping it's going to be a dark story. And then we also need to read a modern retelling of it. I have a few that I still need to read. I have The Revenge of Frankenstein by Sean Hudson. I have the first and second book of Frankenstein by Dean Koontz. I have Spare and Found Parts by Sarah Maria Griffin, as well as This Monstrous Thing by Mackenzi Lee. These two are both more... Oh, I always forget how this aesthetic is called. These two are both more steampunk. These three are horror-y. But I also have a middle grade that is meshed with a fairy tale. It is called Frankenstein-themed by Joseph Coulon. And I think since we're trying to get all of them done in the weekend, this might be the smart choice. It is also illustrated. And I both love Rumpelstiltskin as well as Frankenstein. So I'm very curious to see this. And then a friend sent me that there was a musical of Frankenstein. And it is actually on YouTube. So she sent me the link. And that is what I intend to watch. Now, I don't really want to do the movie this weekend. I might, but in November there comes a new Frankenstein movie out that I'm dying to see, so I wanted to get that one in, but I might just watch the original Frankenstein just to get it like done this weekend. And then I think I still need a web series. I will be crossing things off this weekend, so we will figure out what else we need to find while doing it. That is kind of how I work. But 2 needed to be books. And 2 books we've got. So I looked up some of the TV series, play stuff like that I could do. And that also meant me switching around books. Because that ended in a planning session for all the vlogs that I might have lost, that I now have to get back to, like, the whole shebang, basically. So for series, I'm thinking the Frankenstein Chronicles. I haven't seen it before, because I did check on the Q-worthy Discord, and rewatching a movie is the same as rereading a book, so it either costs you points or it has to be more than 10 years ago. Which I watch Frankenstein every single year, so I can guarantee you it is not more than 10 years ago. But I haven't watched that show. And the Natural Theater had a Frankenstein. I'm not sure if it is a play or a musical. So we'll find out when I watch it. But it's with Benedict Cumberbatch. So I'm excited. And I got the Out of the Middle Grade because I'm gonna use that in a middle grade spooky reading vlog. And I have chosen this Monster Thing by Mackenzi Lee instead. And I'm now 70 pages in and it's already starting. I think it was chapter 2 that we saw what is supposed to be the Frankenstein monster in this. And the whole family is fleeing now. So this is about 2 boys, 2 siblings. And one of the brothers dies. But then Alice there brings his brother back from the dead. And he's now full of clockwork parts. And a lot of people there have clockwork parts. It is how they deal with injuries from the war and stuff. But now people are turning against the people with clockwork parts as well as the makers of the clockwork parts. And that's why the family is fleeing. It is very interesting. I have 300 pages to go. And then I also finished Mary the Monster Hunter. And unfortunately, this was less good than I expected. I like the story. However, the art was so dark that it sometimes was really hard for me to differentiate characters. And, you know, there were very important scenes that I, you know, could just not see who the character was. And that was annoying. So I don't think I will continue with this series. I do like the story. And how it is tied with the Frankenstein book. I really enjoyed it. But I think the artwork is throwing me off too much. The only character I could really recognize every single time is Mary herself. And for the, you know, all the others kind of look the same. And it's so dark that I can't really differentiate them too much. So that's unfortunate. Right now I need to cook dinner, take a bath, and do one more walk. And then I would prefer tonight to watch one, either the series or the play or the musical, whatever one it is turns out to be, with a Frankenstein face mask. Wouldn't that be fun? But I do need to record another video tonight. So I'm not sure if it is in the cards. It depends on how fast that video goes. But for the bot, I at least have a Frankenstein ball bomb. I got this by Primark. So I'm, you know, I think that is gonna be fun. We are going to try to cozy up while filming that video. And then it is back to watching Frankenstein and reading Frankenstein, because you can never have enough, can't you? So yesterday the Sims build took way longer than I expected. So I quit at 10:30 in the evening and I still was not. Which means I could not do the Frankenstein face mask. And I've only been able to watch 2 episodes of the Frankenstein Chronicles. In the first episode, you immediately start with the, you know, disassembled body, or reassembled body, should I say. And in the second episode, we met Mary Shelley. So I am indeed intrigued. I do think 2 episodes count. I don't think you have to see the whole series. So, and it wasn't new to me, and I'm excited about it. So I will continue, but not this weekend because we still have loads to see. I haven't seen the play yet. I haven't seen the musical yet, as well as the animation. You guys had such good recommendations for that. Like there's a Scooby-Doo one, and apparently Alvin and the Chipmunks meet Frankenstein. But unfortunately, those were neither on Disney Plus or Netflix. So I have to see if I can get them somewhere else. We will see. So not going great, but I'm still having fun. Alright. I have done most of the chores for today. I did the laundry, loaded the dishwasher, cleaned the kitchen, filmed the baking video, filmed the rest of the Sims video, edited part of the Sims video, and then found out I didn't have the Sims sound. So the only thing I need to do is record an hour of Sims music to put under it. However, my Sims isn't currently not starting. I don't know why. So I'm uninstalling and reinstalling, but it's gonna take a while and I'm getting tired. I have decided to not film the announcement today but tomorrow, and that's why I was editing. So I don't have to edit that tomorrow. But yeah, it's not going. The only thing I need to do was put it on for an hour. I just wanted to put it on and then sit on the couch, watch the Frankenstein play while knitting. But since it's taking so long, I think I'm just at this point going to take you with me to the couch. Watch that play. Put the Frankenstein face mask on, could be nice. And then just knit for a bit. I just need to sit and knit. I want to get the shawl on. And I need to watch Frankenstein stuff because I'm behind. I also should read. So after watching the play, I need to walk again, make dinner, and then I want to try to read. Sunday, I was only able to watch the play of Frankenstein with Benedict Cumberbatch in it. I forgot the production. And unfortunately, I didn't like it. There was a lot of shouting and grunting. And it was extremely overstimulating to me. So I did not enjoy it. I also didn't like the monster, while he is the most remarkable and redeemable character for me, normally. So that wasn't helping. Part of that is definitely because the most grunting and screaming came from the monster. I don't know, I just didn't like it. And it's very unfortunate because I really wanted to like it. But that's all I have been able to do. On Monday we walked outside for the first time, so that was great. But I had a lot to do and a lot of appointments, so I really couldn't read anymore. So I didn't get past the 70 pages of this Monstrous thing that I, wanted to finish this weekend. So it is very unfortunate, but this is life. This is what happens. I am not too worried about this challenge because I will read loads more Frankenstein books this year. I will watch a lot more Frankenstein, so I will be doing it probably almost automatically. It's just, it didn't happen in a weekend and I thought I could. That's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway, if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to see more chaos from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!